Good morning. I'm Thomas Buchanan. I'm on maintenance. This is maintenance week 25, day 5. It is TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I got up this morning through 225.4. 225.4. So that's completely unacceptable. And it looks like I've got an IV in me. It looks like I'll have this IV for another week. They're feeding antibiotics into me to take care of a toe issue. I'm acute diabetic, and you've got to watch your legs and your feet when you're diabetic. And I learned something that I did not know. I'm 70 years old. I did not know. Listen up if you are diabetic. Listen up if you are pre-diabetic. Do not wear sandals. Sandals are the worst thing that you can wear, especially if you're diabetic. I'm type 2 diabetic. If you are pre-diabetic, sandals will cause your feet harm. Period. No discussion. I'm living proof. I went recently to Myrtle Beach, spent a week there. What do you do when you're at Myrtle Beach? You walk on the sand in sandals. I walked all over creation in sandals. Really tore up my feet. Never should have done it. Will not do it again. As a matter of fact, I came home back to Texas, went through my closet. I threw out every pair of sandals I had, just right in the trash can. And now I'm paying for it because I was too dumb to realize if you're diabetic, don't wear sandals. Don't wear really open toed shoes. You need to wear dress shoes if you're a man. So you live and learn. You live and learn. I had a viewer contact me and say, wow, you really blew your 198 to 212 out of the water. And I said, sure, I did. I mean, 215 was my max. I didn't really want to get above 212. But hey, when you ingest prescription drugs from your drug dealers, from your doctors, you can expect to gain weight. So if you are on a water fast, if you are currently fasting, or if you are currently on maintenance, you've lost all the weight and you're on maintenance, and you're not losing weight, or you're not maintaining weight, you're starting the weight creep up and up and up. Ask yourself, are you on prescription meds? It's kind of like the sandals. It makes a difference. You may laugh and poo-paw it and say, oh, come on, a pair of sandals can't do that much damage. Oh, yes, they can. I'm living proof. And you may poo-paw the statement, well, antibiotics, prescription meds will not cause you to gain weight. You are wrong. You are wrong. I had another viewer hound me, bash me, call it what you want, over my comments about the two that cheated and dropped out and said water fasting's too hard. I wasn't degrading them. I wasn't putting those two people down that quit the water fast. I mean, I know firsthand water fasting's hard. I don't care what your friends and your neighbors and your spouse and your coworkers and your mom and dad say. Water fasting is hard. It's not easy. So, but you've got to be ready. I mean, you've got to want to lose weight like you've never wanted it before. And until you reach that point, and I've said it often, and I'll say it more often again in the future, until you reach that point, until you reach that line in the sand, and mine was 315.0. I mean, I touched 315.0 and I said, no, no more. This is crazy. How did I get so fat? How did I get so obese? And until you reach that point, until you step over that line in the sand, you're just, you're wishing and hoping for weight loss. You're blowing smoke up your own ass. Until you get serious, you're going to be fat. Until you get serious, you're going to be obese. And I've got one more comment. I love this because this viewer said, well, water fasting's a meat X approach to losing weight. Really? I mean, it is in some respects, but is water fasting any more dangerous than having liposuction done? That's where they stick a tube in your belly and they literally suck out the fat because you don't know how to eat. Is it? Is it more dangerous? Is water fasting more dangerous than someone taking a pill, Ozempic, or some of the other designer weight loss drugs? Because, you know, there are no long term studies on those drugs as to what it actually does to a person long term. They just haven't been around that long. Translated, medical science doesn't know what impact that's going to have on you 20, 30, 40 years from now. So, is water fasting more dangerous than Ozempic? Is it more meat axe approach? I, I would argue the point with you. So, as far as the IV in the arm, I'm going to tolerate it one more week, and then I'm going to tell the doctor to take it out, stop the antibiotics, because I personally hold a belief that you should not be on antibiotics longer than 2 weeks. Now, this next week will be my third week, and then I'm done. I don't care if the infection is healed or not healed or half healed. It's looking good at this point. I'll manage because I think too many people are popping too many pills in their mouths. I think too many people, sick people, are being given antibiotics for way longer than they should be taking them. Now, that's my personal belief. That and $7 will get you a Starbucks coffee. But I have been water fasting and on maintenance for 5+ years. I know a little of what I speak. It's kind of like the sandal issue, though. I've been water fasting for 5 years. I've been an acute diabetic for 20, 25 years. Nobody ever told me, for God's sakes, don't wear a sandal. And that's why I created this program. I want you to learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. That's why I call this a teaching learning channel. I don't have a lot of glamour. I don't have a lot of flash. I don't have music for my opening and my closing. You know, I don't even have a Patreon page. And I have to say this occasionally because some people contact me and say, I sent you some money for your Patreon page. Honey, I don't have a Patreon page, so I don't know where you sent your money. I don't want your money. I've never asked for $1 from any of my viewers around the world, and I will never ask for $1 from any of my viewers. I'm not trying to sell you a book, supplements, prepackaged foods. I'm not trying to sell you a book or a CD. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to pass along and share the information and the mistakes that I've made over 5 years in order to lose weight. And even at, what am I at? 225.4, I'm still down from 315.0. And if it weren't for the IV and the prescription meds I'm on, well, actually, I'll prove this point too. Uh, I'll probably be on an IV for another week. Then it's going to take another week or two, maybe a little longer, for the body to discharge all the chemicals and the crap from the drugs. And then you'll see my weight, instead of start to creep up and up and up, I will so very slowly start to drop. So let me make that prediction right now. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Click the bell notification so you can be notified when I update my channel. But again, it would mean more to me if you would send a link to my channel to your fat and obese friends. They need to see someone that's losing weight and that's maintaining it. They need to see someone right now at this stage in my life. They need to see someone struggling because of antibiotics and drugs being pumped into your system, because it does have an impact on your health. It does have a bigger impact on your weight. Make it a great Friday. Make it a great weekend. Get out and have some fun. And I'll see you next week.